Hello, welcome to Shawstack Unit 7. I'm Mr. Warner and I'm going to be taking you through these 10 words, so please make sure that you are ready to copy them down or to pay attention to what the words mean so that you can use them for your assignments and your quizzes and your exams. All right, the first word here is amend. An amend is when we change something, so you think about the amendments to the Constitution. They changed the Constitution, but they specifically change it for the better, because amend means to change for the better, to change with the hope of improving. If you look here, we've got a picture of a photo being photoshopped, and the idea of the Photoshop is to amend the picture, that is to change the picture for the better. If I give you an essay back with lots of red ink on it, I might want you to amend it. I might want you to improve your work, to change your work for the better. Chaos is what Mr. Warner's classroom is like lots of the time. Chaos is this, you can see this anarchy, people turning over things, people lighting stuff on fire, smashing windows. Chaos is great confusion or disorder. For example, riots, a classroom with a sub in it. If you remember from Greek mythology, before the gods showed up, the universe was in chaos, and then the gods showed up and created order. That's chaos. Corrosive, you can see the picture here that this metal is being eaten away at. That's because corrosive means eating away gradually, acid-like, bitterly sarcastic. So the metal isn't corrosive. Something corrosive touched the metal. Something corrosive touched the metal and is eating away at it. For example, rust is corrosive. It eats away at metal. Hydrochloric acid or battery acid in a car is corrosive. So if you ever worked on a car and you open up the hood of the engine, you'll find that there might be this brown, icky stuff because something corrosive like a battery leak has gotten onto the metal there and started to eat away at it. Corrosive can also refer to words that are bitterly sarcastic because while they don't actually eat away at something, they can sort of emotionally eat away at it. So Mark Twain's quote here is a corrosive comment. Discern. So discern, you can see from this picture here, you have to discern what letters they are. And that tells me if you have good vision or not, because discern means to see clearly or recognize. For example, in an eye exam, you have to discern which letters there are. When someone's talking to you, you have to discern what they mean. You have to read the clues that they're giving you to figure out if they like you, if they're mad at you. All of that figuring out is discerning. If you are in a courtroom and you're the jury, they have to discern which lawyer is telling the truth. They have to recognize which lawyer is telling the truth. Implicate means to connect someone with. It's something that you would do to someone else, usually. So to involve with or connect with or be related to, and it's almost always negative. So for example, if you committed a crime and I had a video of you committing the crime, the video would implicate you in the crime. It would connect you with the crime. Renegade. You can see here these delicious looking peeps, that one of the peeps stands out. That's that peep, that white peep there is the renegade. So a renegade is one who leaves a group, who is part of one group and betrayed that group, turned into a traitor in that group, or simply stands out because they're unconventional, they don't fit in with the group that they're part of. So for example, Benedict Arnold in the Revolutionary War switched from the side of the colonies fighting the revolution to the British side, making him a renegade. Or we could say that someone who was on the Platt football team and then switches schools and plays for the Maloney football team would become a renegade. Reprehensible, so you can see here this person is grabbing the other football player's face mask, which for those of you who don't play football is a big no-no. So reprehensible means deserving blame or punishment. So for example, a foul, as in this picture here, terrorism is reprehensible. Some people might consider speeding reprehensible, stealing, murder, rape, all of these things are reprehensible. So I could say that your actions towards that girl were reprehensible. Somber. So we can see here this person is sad. If you look closely, there are some tears on her cheek. Somber means dark, gloomy, depressed. It doesn't mean dark as in like no light, so I couldn't say, well, at nighttime it's somber out in that it's dark out, because that's not the type of dark we're talking about here. We're talking about dark in mood, gloomy, depressed. So For example, funerals are a somber occasion. After a breakup, you might be feeling somber. You could go to see a somber movie where, the main character dies at the end. Many of the books we've read this year have been somber. Speak is somber for most of the book. The Pearl has a very somber ending, etc. Turbulent. So we see here a big wave and a storm knocking this ship about. That means that this ship is sailing on turbulent waters. Turbulent means disorderly, riotous, violent. Now the difference between turbulent and chaos is that chaos is a noun and turbulent is an adjective. So we could be in a state of chaos, and then you could say that chaos is turbulent. Turbulent describes the situation. Chaos is the situation. For example, the ocean during a storm is turbulent. Your mood could be turbulent if you're upset and a lot of things are going on wrong and you snap at people and are yelling at people. That means you have a turbulent attitude or a turbulent mood. A revolution is obviously turbulent. Everything's being thrown up and out of order. You guys might have heard the word turbulence on a plane. So if you're flying on a plane and it hits an air pocket and the plane starts to shake up and down, that's turbulence because the flight has become turbulent. Voluminous. All right, so we know what the word volume means. When we're talking about noise, volume means really like how loud it is. But we also know from, say, geometry class that volume means how much space an object takes up. So, a very large object has lots of volume, a very small object has very little volume. So voluminous means of great size, numerous, having lots and lots of volume, having in that it takes up lots and lots of space. So some of you might consider us to give you voluminous amounts of homework, a great size, numerous homework. If you have very big hair, you might have voluminous hair. There's a voluminous amount of books in some libraries. So that means having great size or numerous, lots and lots of something, a voluminous amount. And that's it. So thank you very much and prepare for